It is very nice to meet you. I don't believe that I've read for you before, have I, Stacy?
No, you haven't.
Okay, so this is the first time. Did you have a chance to review the session prep video?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so then you know about the 10-minute rule and you understand how the spirit world speaks to me and how I give you your information. Fabulous.
Yes.
Do you want to know everything or do you want me to edit information out like if it comes? What do you want to know everything or do you want
Yeah, I'll know everything.
Okay, wonderful. Great. So let me go ahead and get into your energy. You want to access the field of your heart, which is where truth lies. So do me a favor and put both of your hands on your heart. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths together, okay? And after that last breath there, go ahead and say your first name only. Say it out loud 3 times, please.
Stacy, Stacy, Stacy.
Wonderful. Thank you, Stacy. By the way, any of those weird noises that you hear are my animals. My dog was just lapping up some water. He was thirsty.
No problem.
I live in a zoo. Okay, so Stacy, what can I do for you? How can I help you?
So I just recently went through a breakup.
Sorry.
And it's kind of like a blind side. So I just want to know, like, relationship-wise, what my future holds.
Sure. So we'll look into your relationship. And what was the first name of the person that you broke up with?
Christian.
Christian. Okay. I do feel a lot of sadness, which is obvious, but I feel some sadness around this. So I don't feel like I feel like it's affecting him too, just so you know that.
Mm-hmm.
He is affected. I feel like he's thinking, did I do the right thing? I don't know. I could be wrong. We'll see. Let me look into this for you. All right. Stacy and Christian in the future without Christian. Okay. So I want to tell you that I love that I got this card for you, which is the 10 of Cups, which is like the everything all wonderful, happy family card. So I want to say, I felt this too, but I feel like I got the validation by the card. If you have concerns about whether you're going to find your person or not, you will. So there's still some space between now and that time. But, and here's the thing is like with the family, it does feel like it'll be a choice. Okay. So if you choose to have a family, like if you want to have a family, you can. Okay. Which I mean, it's interesting because time is fluid and it's moving around a lot, but as I'm reading for more and more people, it's that people are choosing this. It's their choice whether they want to get married and have kids, because we can do that these days without having to be married, so it's all about choice. So I love the fact that it's a choice because that's more of an empowered place from where you are right now, which is a lot of, sadness. I also will say that you're going to have choices to make in your life in regards to this. So not only will you choose this opportunity to, if you wanted to actually get married, I mean, your person is there, but whether you want to marry them or not, and if you're going to have kids. So the thing is, you will have a lot of choices on your way, which is where it's like a good problem to have, but it's a problem because you'll have choices, to choose from in terms of who you want to actually be with. I do feel like you may very well meet your person while you're with someone else, which is why there's this choice. And the stress could be like, am I going to make the right decision? Am I going to, am I picking the right one? Because it's almost going to be like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So it's like a good problem to have because at least there's, access to your person, but it's also a bad problem to have because you're going to be like, which way do I go? Right. Mm-hmm. The only advice I can give you in that, and this is advice that I give everybody, myself included, in every situation, whether it's, doesn't even matter whether it's romance, finance, career, health. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no, or a hell no. Okay, so even an I don't know is a no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're gonna the process between now and then, though, is there will be a lot of what's going on is kissing a lot of toads. So, there'll be more Christians kind of like along the way. And there will be this sense where you're feeling like you're waiting, like, when is this going to come? But a reason, not the reason, but a reason why it takes so long is because you want it too bad and so bad. So,
it has to be when I'm least expecting it.
Yeah, that's actually, with energy, that's the way it is, and quantum physics proves that. It's called the collapsible wave function. The more you put your attention on something, you actually activate the law of repulsion and you push it away. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to like sit here and go, okay, well, what do I want my relationship to be like? What do I want it to look like? How do I want to feel in the relationship? And I don't know that you've done that. You can, feel free to tell me I'm wrong, but it doesn't feel like you've done that. You've been focusing on the person. So you need to sort of fine tune yourself to the relationship and not the person, because here's a fact. Humans will always let down other humans and piss other humans off.
Yeah.
They'll betray them, they'll yell at them, be angry with them. So that's just that's just the way humans are. It's always going to happen. But when you have two people that are working towards the same goal, then it doesn't matter the character. So when you have this choice between your person, and you're like, is it eeny, meeny, miny, mo? You're really going to have to look at, well, which one is more dedicated to the relationship, not necessarily to me, but to the relationship. So you got to start looking into your needs and wants of a relationship, and don't even worry about the person, because the person will pop into the storyline. Like, the character will join the storyline, and you're not just going to pick anybody. And by that time, like I said, there's a space between now and then. You would have kissed many a toad, many frogs. So each time you're getting more and more clear with the kind of person you want to be, want to be, but also want to be in a relationship with. So that will start to happen on its own. So you need to sort of like move your focus onto the relationship and not the person. The person will, like, it'll be fine. You're going to find your person, and you'll find the right one, because you have two people that are on the same page, same wavelength, working to that goal, or the commitment of the relationship. And that's also going to help you weed out the people, so that's going to be a really great filter for you. So focus on the relationship, your needs and wants in a relationship, and the person will show up.
Okay.
Okay. So do you have any other questions that you want me to look into?
I have one. I had blood clots in the past, so I was just wondering if you see that returning.
Okay, so I'm not a medical doctor.
Yeah.
I don't make diagnoses, but let me do a quick scan. Were the blood clots in the chest?
They were in the leg. They went all the way up to my abdomen.
They went to the abdomen. Okay, because I started feeling tightness in my chest, unless you
but it gives me anxiety. So
I was just gonna say, unless you're a very like anxious person. So okay, so that's what that is. I'm really feeling the tightness in your chest.
Yeah, they give me anxiety thinking about it. So.
I don't have a firm yes or no, and I don't want to mislead you, and I don't want to say yes just because you want to hear that, or no because you want to hear that. But there is, I feel like you do need to step up into preventative care. Okay. That doesn't mean you're gonna get it. But what they're saying, when I say it's your team, your spirit team talking to my team, they're saying she could be better at preventative care. And to me, what it feels like, what you need to be doing is more exercise. So are you doing physical activity? Are you moving your body?
No.
They're talking about making sure the blood flow moves, like literally. So it's not stagnant. and stays in one spot. Now, I don't know, look, this is just normal, regular, like good advice. If you fly on planes, which obviously many people are not these days, but if you do, make sure you wear compression socks, things like that. Like watch your salt intake, that's just normal stuff. But they are talking about moving your body more and doing more cardio so that your heart is pumping blood more. So in other words, you want to do some sort of exercise where you start to breathe heavier. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to make a big deal about it. This does not have to be a chore. It can literally just be 10 minutes a day, going for a walk, but like power walking for 10 minutes. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So they are talking about you being better at preventative care in terms of physical movement. Okay. So I want to say that go ahead and do that and don't make excuses for it, especially two reasons why. One, you have severe anxiety about it. So if you know there's something you can do to prevent it, you better do it, right? Second of all, the walking, let's just say if you do the walking, or even if you're doing any type of cardio, energetically, that starts to move your energy around. So you leave that frequency of anxiety. Because anxiety is just built up, pooled, stagnant energy that needs to come out. So by physical activity, you're actually releasing it as well. So it's twofold for you. It can almost be like medicine for you if you do some sort of cardio. And again, it doesn't have to be complicated and you don't have to make it a chore. Okay. But they are talking about you taking more of a stance and being preventative in terms of that. Something about the blood clots, it feels to me like it's not something that would normally happen to you. You understand that? Yeah. And because of that, I feel like I want to say I don't think it's going to happen again. But again, I don't want to give you a yes or a no. But because it feels like it was a fluke or it was just something that happened, it doesn't feel like it's like part of your normal makeup,
Yeah, it was from birth control. And it like came after like being on it for 9 years, and then it just happened.
Okay. So yeah. So I mean, I would prefer that being the situation.
Yeah.
But there's more anxiety about it than just that, which is where I think you need to do a little bit of shadow work on, like, what does it actually represent? There might be something about you actually being afraid of getting pregnant.
Yeah, because they said if I get pregnant, I can get blood clots because of increased estrogen.
Yeah, so that's what I'm getting. It's like that, and that's where the anxiety is coming from, not so much the blood clots. That's what that feels like. Because the pregnancy would cause the blood clots, but it's not the blood clots. Yeah. So, just regular, plain old, pragmatic, logical is like, you want to use protection.
Yeah.
But also, I got to tell you, look, I've seen miracles. I've experienced miracles myself, and a lot of it comes from a belief system. So if you do believe that if you get pregnant you will get blood clots, then that's what will happen.
Yeah, kind of like you're putting it out there.
Yeah, so you need to, when it comes to the blood clots, I get the fear, like I understand it. I am very prone to anxiety, and what I do is I will make shit up in my head if I don't have the clarity of the exact outcome and the result, right? Mm-hmm. Which is what you want. You want to know for sure, am I going to get this or am I not going to get this? So I could just move on. You're not going to get your answer. And if someone does tell you yes or no, it could be wrong.
Yeah.
So there has to come for you, and this is what they're saying in terms of the anxiety, you do have to learn how to trust that everything unfolds the way it's supposed to be for you. You don't have to get blood clots again, and you don't have to get pregnant. And if you do get pregnant, you don't have to have blood clots. Mm-hmm. So there is, there's some trauma that has happened from the experience that I don't believe you've processed. And so that's where some of the shadow work needs to come in, about about this experience itself. It goes deeper. So if you do want that anxiety relieved, you will have to take a look and get really ugly honest with yourself and really look into it. Otherwise, you're just putting band-aids on and it'll always come up, and then you'll beautifully create belief systems from it, which will stop you from living your life the way you really would like to. Because I feel like, and you tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like you want to be more adventurous, but there's a fear of you being more adventurous because of this or that. I mean, whatever it is. So, learning how to regulate and balance that anxiety in general is really going to help you. Really going to help you. And the best way to start is physical activity, because you do get it out of your body, and you'll start to notice if you do it consistently, it starts to turn into medicine for you. And when you don't do it, you'll be like, where's my drugs? Where's my drugs? Which is really just a walk. So it's totally healthy, you know? So yeah, that's what they're talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Is there anything else it can help you with or look into for you?
Well, since you're talking about pregnancy, do you see me having kids? Because it's not like I'm against getting pregnant. It's more like a nervousness.
Yeah. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to influence you in any way. You have to ultimately make the choice and decision on your own. You choose your own reality. So if you want kids, you can choose to have kids. Again, I mentioned that it's a choice. So it's not like you have to or not have to. But I do feel like your person already has kids. So he kind of like comes into a package. So when you ask me, do you see me having kids? Yes. Are they biological? It's gray. It's a choice, you know? So, yes, I see you having kids. I do feel like he comes with his own kids. So it's not something that you have to have. The choice comes in regards to, and he's going to be so great. He'll be like, he's just so easygoing. I don't know his name. I can't tell what he looks like. I can just feel that he's just so easygoing. Which is what you need since you're prone to anxiety. He will go with the flow. He just wants to make you happy. I feel like he'll be older than you too. He will be older than you, even to the point where you don't even consider him at first, because you would never pick somebody that old.
Yeah, it's usually my age.
Yeah. How old are you in human years? Like how old are you?
27.
27. Yeah. It might be like, you know, it might be like he's in his 50s, you know, and you're in your 30s or something like that. You would never, you know, but you need that. You need that. You need somebody who's balanced and regulated. Well, it's also the masculine energy that you need, because your core is feminine, so that's good. The masculine energy will provide and protect and make you feel safe so you can be you. And there's a sense of him being very fatherly for you too. To you too. I feel almost as if he's like, hey, I got a young chick, which is cool, right? Because that's like every man's older gentleman's dream. Like, I got a young chick, and like, you're the young chick. But, you know, you're young in years, you're mature. It's not like you're immature, you know, but he's like, wow, I got somebody who's mature. I got a young chick. Because a lot of times, like, I just recently was dating a 50-year-old, and he's like, the only reason why I would go out with a younger woman is because she could have kids, right? And I'm like, okay. But you can't really talk to him. You can't to them. They don't have, you know, real deep conversations. I'm like, okay. So it's like, I'm too old for you because I can't have kids. First of all, how do you know that?
Yeah.
How do you know that? And second of all, I can have a conversation with you, so it's okay that we date. Well, he had some other issues, but I'm just saying, like, no. But this guy, I feel like he lucks out. Like, he's really appreciative of you because you have both. You're younger and, you know, you're deep, you know. So it's good. You know, he's happy about that. Let him have his little ego boost. That's okay. You can give that to him. But yeah, I do feel that. I also feel like he might be, I'm seeing that he could be wearing a white coat. So that could mean he is a scientist, a doctor.
I work in the science field, so.
Oh, okay. So then you could very well be meeting him at work, because there's something about I'm seeing him wear a lab coat. So you could meet him, but oh, you guys may be working on a project together.
Okay.
That's how that might come about. Because again, you're like, no, I would never. And it's not like he's like seeking you out, like, you know, where's this chick? It just kind of, there's this like, and that's why it takes some time. So you might actually meet him in advance, because there's this sense of like flow, but with time. So do you understand like immunity or immunizations is that the kind of science or lab that you're in? Is this about
the science I'm in right now is food science, so I work on like flavors.
No, that's not. There's some unless there's some sort of conference or something and that's where you meet him. I still feel like there's that work connection, but there's something about immunization or immunities or like, I don't know, you know, again, it's metaphorical. So I don't know, maybe they have like scientists. I don't know, you know, I can't, I wish I could get those specific details for you. I can't.
That's okay.
But it could even just be something like that. Cause there's something about, I know that there's more fields under immunity and like, I don't know. I can't, the words are escaping me, but there's something about like vaccines, immunity, or something like that. Yeah. So that's probably how that happens. Are there any other questions? Cause I'm not getting much more on that.
How long do you see me at like the company that I'm at? Like,
okay.
Because I just got there.
Yeah, I was gonna. It feels like a long temporary. Like I don't feel like you're gonna be there forever, but I feel like you could easily. And again, look, you know, you choose your way through the situation. You can choose to leave earlier, you can choose to leave later. I don't feel like you're gonna be let go per se. So I feel like if you leave, it's your choice. But I feel like you could be there at least 2 years, maybe, and to the most 5. So anywhere from, how long have you been there already? Like a year?
2 months.
2 months. Okay. Yeah. That's super new.
Yeah.
Super new. I feel like you've been there for a year. Do you understand that? Like you feel like you just fit right in. Like I got the confidence and the security. Like I got this.
I used to work there and then I left for something else and then I came back.
Okay. So that's that smooth, like I got this, like, yeah. So there's a comfort there now. I don't feel like you're like that happy though. I don't know if you understand this or not. So you're not like beaming thrilled. I'm sorry.
I get bored easily.
Yeah. I'm going to say that something that would help with that is when you're not working. Okay, we'll start with the physical activity. I think you'll start to feel better, but I think you need to pick up a hobby. I feel like there's not much going on in your life. I hope you're not offended by that.
No, that's very true.
But it's almost like it's your work and then it's just like, that's it. And especially now that you don't have Christian around, but that's okay. That actually ends up being good. You guys were not a good match, but there needs to be something else in your life for you to look forward to. And I feel like that's where the boredom can be alleviated at work. So even if, you know, I don't know, just pick up something. Probably more on the creative side, they're saying. So even if it's drawing or if it's, look, can I just show you something? So one of my best friends sent me this in the mail.
Oh.
Okay. Something even like this.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't, I mean, you don't have to tell anybody if you're embarrassed, like, Do I need to be embarrassed that I got a kid's rock painting set? Hell no. I'm going to enjoy the shit out of it, right? Because I need to somehow, and again, as somebody who is prone to anxiety, I need to be able to get this out of my body. So if you're only doing work, well, then guess what, Buttercup? You got to find a way to redirect some of that energy. So I would, even if it's something like, and I don't know where you are in the US, things are starting to open up in a lot of places. In LA, they're about to. It's percolating. But, even like volunteering at I don't know if you like dogs, but like at a dog shelter, where you can walk them once a week, you just walk them or something like that. Because you have to like balance out the joy in your life. You can't just rely on, the gratitude for a steady paycheck. I mean, it's great. I mean, that is awesome. And the fact that you found a job during COVID. I mean, there's so many things to be grateful for. So that's great. And I don't think you're coming across that way at all. But we want to sort of lift your vibration a bit. That'll also help move the anxiety through the body. So, there's that needs to happen. So, you could be there up to 5 years. I don't think you're going to get fired. I don't think you're going to get let go. I think they like you. I think they trust you. That's what it is. You're very reliable. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. People like that. I personally like that. It makes me want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? So you're a really good employee, So I feel like you're respected like that. Like, okay, she's cool. I can trust her. She's reliable. She's dependable. We have like 3 minutes left. Is there anything that I can look into for you?
I guess mostly like, I feel with the breakup, I've kind of lost myself a little. Yeah. And I used to be like really independent and I like don't care what people think type. Yeah. So do you see that coming back like in the future, or like what are steps I can do to get that back?
You start doing what I told you about the exercise, you'll start to connect back to your physical body because you kind of left it and you've been a bit scattered. And that's also what, like, your energy is outside of you versus inside of you. And that's why the anxiety is also heightened because you're not in your body. So do that physical activity because you're in your body. When you're feeling, how I was saying, like in the chest, like I'm feeling like you're having a hard time, touch your chest, like touch your shoulders, because it gives a physical reminder, and you place your energy and your attention on the body. So you're actually calling your body, your energy reserve back to you. So whenever you're feeling anxious, when you're aware of it, so try and come online to that, just really connect to your body. You can tap your heart. I have a lot of meditations on the YouTube, like where we're doing heart coherency, where we're placing our focus on our heart to even out the waves and of the synchronicity of the electricity of the heart. So, just get back into your body. This will remind you to get back into your body. So yeah, you will get your power back, but you have to make an effort to do it. So walking will do that. Touching your body will do that. Also, what will do that is getting some sort of hobby, like I was saying, because then you're placing your focus on something else other than you. So it's a little confusing because
that's kind of what I've been doing. I've got like a Cricut, so I've been doing stuff with that. So like making shirts. I've been trying to do like cycling once a week.
Okay, but you got to do more than once a week, and it has to be consistent. So it should be like 3 days in a row, take a break. 3 days in a row, take a break. It's the consistency in the action that breaks the energetic attachment. Okay. So you'll start to find that you start to reconnect with yourself, because basically, and it totally happens. We get so focused on someone else and we start to look to other people to make ourselves happy. But when that person is gone, we're like, shit, how do I get happy again? We got to come back to ourselves. So that's what you're doing. You're in a process, and it won't take long, but it won't take long as you're consistent. So you've got to keep up the consistency. Okay, my dear, just really quick before we go, how did you find out about me, or how'd you hear about me?
YouTube, actually.
Oh, really? Okay, Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, stay connected, and hopefully I'd love to see you around. I don't know if you join us for the lives or not, but you're more than welcome to, stick around. I love meeting everybody. So it was so nice to meet you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll make sure that you get a copy of this. It'll either be tonight or tomorrow, and you'll just be able to download it. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Stacy. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.